Today's working women show more promise, enjoy more support, and live in a more culturally aware society than ever before. With all of our extensive educations and our stores of passion and all the other things that make us so amazing, you'd think we'd be better equipped to create a more fulfilling and successful career for ourselves than any other time. But the truth is, today's working women, we don't lack ambition, we lack direction. And now we're all trying to figure out how to build our careers during a global pandemic. And the biggest issue is that it's left all of us working women not realizing that flexibility and adaptability are actually our best professional assets. In this video, we're going to go over 5 power moves that you can make to help you pivot, reboot, and build a career of purpose. And we want to hear from you. What's a power move that you've made recently? Let us know in the comments below. Hi Contessas, I'm Lauren McGoodwin, founder and CEO of Contessa, the only career site built inclusively for women. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel because we drop videos weekly. Okay, let's get into it. Here are 5 power moves that you can make to help you pivot, reboot, and build your career of purpose. Power move number 1, take control by prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical health. I know you've already heard all this advice before, but have you actually taken it seriously? The biggest power move you can make to really rev up all areas of your life is to prioritize your mental, physical, and emotional health. This all comes down to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. According to this social principle, the most important thing you can do for your success is to first establish your basic needs, like different types of health. After getting your house in order, you can climb up the ladder of fulfillment until you've reached self-actualization of your total full potential. Make power moves by creating routines, restorative rituals, and creating habits that you weave into your day-to-day to make sure that you are taken care of first. According to research, up to 40% of our daily actions are powered by habits, the unconscious actions and routines we've developed over time. Yet our routines aren't the only thing we need for a balanced life. Most of us spend our days bouncing between tasks, but it's only your rituals, those symbolic actions performed at key moments, that help us move through the day smoothly and can help you cope with extreme emotions and stress. Here are some self-care power moves to try. Create and stick to a morning routine. Create a ritual to celebrate a milestone, like revamping your resume finally, or take a 20-minute power walk at lunch each day. Power move number 2, manage your inner critic and negative self-talk. Following this technique of setting yourself up for success by thinking about yourself first, let's talk about one that we're all probably guilty of, which is managing our inner critic and that negative self-talk. By learning how to recognize, address, and prevent this type of behavior, you can help yourself by really addressing when you are feeling anxious or when you are feeling nervous and when these things start to crop up. And by recognizing these triggers, hopefully you can get out and ahead of them so they don't mess with your success or even that big power move that you want to make. Self-doubt can affect your confidence, which can later on affect your performance, which is basically affecting your overall job and your work. So it's really important that you think about how can you get out ahead of this so that you are not standing in your own way and kind of holding yourself back. The key is to observe these patterns and to reposition your inner critic instead to being an inner coach so they can learn how to motivate you, but from a coaching perspective, not that critic. Here are some power moves you can try. Create a self-love mantra that you repeat 3 times a day. Journal and write out the conversation with your inner critic. Try giving your inner critic a name and see if you can be just a bit kinder with the words you use to describe yourself. Power move number 3, know your wants, needs, and strengths. A key power move that very few people actually spend the time to do is to identify your wants, your needs, and your strengths. Knowing what you want and how your skills and strengths aligns to an organization is really, really important because it can help you stand out among a candidate who maybe has years of experience. Because at the end of the day, you're able to align your strengths and how you can bring value to the organization. It's all about how you can help the organization that's going to make you stand out. If you're still working for a company and want to make sure you're providing value, go to your boss and ask, how can I be involved in the initiatives that save or help the company right now? Run toward the challenges. If you were laid off and you're on a job search with some time for self-reflection, take it. Some questions to ask yourself include, why did you enjoy working with this type of client or company? What do you really need to be happy and fulfilled at work? What projects leave you feeling energized versus drained? How was I invaluable to my team? What are my must-haves and deal breakers in my next role? What do I need most today? Spending valuable time to self-reflect and answer these questions will actually provide you a lot of clarity on what you wanted to do next, and that clarity will lead you to maybe your next career move or maybe your next career transition. Regardless, you won't be working blindly toward whatever it is that you want to do next. Here are some power moves you can try. Take time to answer self-reflection questions and identify evidence that supports a strength. For example, maybe the impact your strengths made at work or in your life. Power move number 4, go on a listening tour if you need. Many successful women, including myself, don't figure out our wants, our needs, and our strengths completely on our own. We usually have help. If you need a little help or even a little inspiration, go on a listening tour to help you get some answers. What's a listening tour? Well, a listening tour is basically a term we kind of made up, but it's when you go out and you talk to people who you've worked with before to ask them what they think your strengths and your skills are, which can help provide some insight that maybe you're not able to see for yourself. You can also use that time to share with them like, hey, here are my wants and my needs, or here are my strengths, here's what I think I want to do next in my career, and get their perspective on what they think, if that's a good idea for you, or if that's what comes naturally to them when they think about all your strengths, or maybe they have new, fresh ideas. You could also ask them if they have any other people that you should connect with to learn more about a certain field or a certain role at a company, etc. So basically your goal is to really listen and gather as much information as you can. Make a power move by asking people you admire for an informational interview, or to ask them to just help you self-reflect on your own strengths and skills. Plus, you never know what type of wisdom or inspiration or maybe even that big connection that you'll get while you go on that listening tour. Here are some power moves you can try. Create a list of 5 people you admire and reach out for informational interviews. Create a list of 5 companies you want to learn more about and talk to people who work there. And make a list of your career must-haves, your needs, your nice-to-haves, your wants, and your deal breakers. Power move number 5, abandon the myth of the dream job. There, I said it. There is no such thing as a dream job. In a study from 2017, researchers from Stanford University found the myth of the dream job is closely aligned with the myth that human beings have fixed passions, and that once we find our passions and apply it to work, we will be fulfilled. This philosophy suggests that at a certain point, we stop developing areas of interest and that we won't need to expand and grow. Since we know that us as humans will want to expand and grow, a power move that you can make today is, instead of dreaming about what you think work should look like, why don't you dream about what work will look like when it works best for you? Now, I know that was a lot of works in there, but the point is, instead of thinking about, okay, here's my expectation of all the things I'm going to get out of work, I'm going to imagine or illustrate in my mind what I need from work in order for it to work for me. Here are some power moves you can try. Shift your thinking from what you think work should look like to defining how work should work best for you. Develop a growth mindset and determine and write down your career beliefs. So those are just 5 career power moves that can help you pivot, reboot, and build your career of purpose today. This video was based on an article which we linked to in the description. Check it out. It has 5 other power moves that you can do that weren't mentioned in this video. And if you're interested in learning more about power moves, check out my new book, Power Moves: How Women Can Pivot, Reboot, and Build a Career of Purpose. The link to order the book is also in the description. And remember, we want to know, what's a power move that you made recently? Let us know in the comments below. Did you find this video helpful? We hope so, and if you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel because we drop videos weekly.